Hello again, this is David Hall again with Logistics123 on Facebook. Okay, purpose. So the purpose of this videos and our website we got going on here is to educate people on how to start a business in the general logistics world. I've already kind of went over that on the first video I did, just basically explaining, the ideas and purposes behind it, but more so to elaborate on purpose, not so much on how to do it. Purpose is to definitely make money. So ideally, in a situation where you've got your life in order and stuff like that, what are we doing? Well, we're here to make money. Logistics is a very lucrative business, but it's hard work. At the same time, it allows a lot of free time for you, the individual independent courier. You necessarily have to learn how to rearrange your schedule in life. You get called out, you go do a bunch of work for 3-4 hours, and then all of a sudden it's dead for 2-3 hours, and then boom, you got another 2-3 hours you run. So it's kind of different. But at the same time, when I worked construction, I used to work close to 60 plus hours a week, and I would only come home with about maybe $1,000. I started working logistics. I worked maybe 20 hours during an entire week, and I made over $1,400. So it just depends on what you want to do. If you like being told what to do, and if you like going to 9 to 5 and knowing your schedule, and you don't basically want to have to worry about filing your own taxes or maybe having to pay for other various things, then this might not be what's in store for you. But if you are willing to venture out and be a little opportunistic, then this is definitely what you want to get into, because there is a lot of money to be made and a lot of people out there want stuff delivered. So step-by-step instructional website accompanied with videos and pictures. Basically, step-by-step, what you'll need is just a good go-getter attitude, as well as a vehicle that will get you good gas mileage. Now, you don't have to have a car for very long, because if you really get into the game and you start playing, you'll be able to get you a brand spanking new car within 3 months. You'll start making close to $2,000-$3,000 every 2 weeks if you really apply yourself. I used to average about maybe 8-10 hours a day was it. But think about it, you're in your car, you're taking breaks whenever you want, you basically are just driving around and you're filling up your gas tanks. All you're having to really do, that's it. And you can make close to $3,500 every 2 weeks. And that's what I did. You'll be able to get you a new car, basically. That's a bonus, and that's something that you don't have to worry about. If you got a beater right now, will your beater make it? Just make it work for about 2-3 months, and then you could probably walk into a dealership with about $3,000-$4,000 cash in your hand, and I'm sure you could get out of there with something. Everybody I've seen start so far, since I've been doing logistics for about 2.5 years, it's usually about 4 or 5-ish months, and they've got new cars. But there's people who get them much faster, and everybody gets a new car. Everybody who starts and sticks to it and decides they like it, they get new cars. So your ethical responsibility to a customer, which is also the clients to the business, that's just basically you don't be rude, you don't go in there and just place your views and opinions on certain subjects. You'll get to a point where you'll have routine drop schedules set up, and you'll talk to a lot of the same people. Just be very careful in understanding that they work a 9 to 5 job, that they have little to no motivation whatsoever, that they honestly are just sheep. So you yourself need to be careful on expressing your views and opinions on work, or just how much money you're actually making. Just be friendly, just be cordial, just basically keep it as simple as possible. You're just there to make stops and drops. Now, there's a lot of people you'll be able to talk to about other things, whatever, football, basketball, whatever you want to talk to them about them, Those will be the things you talk about, but try to keep in mind that I've got something completely different going on than what they've got going on. So just keep in mind, people can sometimes be a little scandalous, a little shady. I had a guy one time, he was talking to me about his employer, and I just kind of chimed in, was like, yeah, that's unfortunate, I heard he did this, but, at the same time, I wanted to, not necessarily to insult the guy, but it was like, hey, if you don't like it, you got to, head down the road. Well, he ended up telling his employer that I had said something bad about the employer, sends an email to my boss. My boss gets the email, sends it to me. I responded to the email back to the employer, basically laugh, and I says, dude, you know what? Your employee was the one talking crap the whole time, and honestly, you know, Keith, I hate your guts. So it just playing with them, and everything ended up being okay and fine. It's just they've got to sit there 9 to 5, and they basically have got, you know, nothing really to show for it, where you are moving up in life. Anyways, so understanding your clients and their expectations, this is really key right now for an independent courier. Now this is very serious. Is we offer services that your big chain logistics companies cannot provide. We are a lot more flexible. We do push ourselves through the night sometimes. If you want to make, you know, really good money, you push yourself through the night. Just head into, you know, little stops here and there. Doing stuff that can happen. Airplanes shut down at night. Other companies shut down at night. If you keep going through the night, you can make a lot of money. I'm not saying you have to work nights. A lot of people don't even ever look at nights. I, am not one of those people. I love working nights. I love making that money, getting it done, and then I get home and sleep during the day, and it's like, poof, I've got my, you know, $500-600 done in one night. And anyways, so you just got to understand that is basically the biggest thing about our game. And we offer a fast service. 2-hour delivery service is usually what we offer. So if people have got like a $500,000 company or $1 million company, and they're producing X amount per hour, say like $10,000 an hour, if they've got a conveyor belt down, well, that conveyor belt being down is now starting to chop into their profits, is starting to chop into things. And you got a part coming from the airport to them. Well, FedEx, UPS, DHL, they say, well, we'll have to deliver it on the next business day. People like us could step in and say, well, hey, if you pay us $80, I'll have a driver there as soon as that plane lands. We'll recover. We'll have it over to your business within 2 hours. So they literally, instead of waiting a full 24-hour period, we could chop it down to around 6 hours. From the time, as quick as they can get it onto the plane in whatever city that part's coming from to our city, as quickly as they get it to us at the counter, we get it over to them, and we basically guarantee those 2-hour timelines. And that's what it means to be an independent courier, is that you take care of business, stats, 2 hours. That's pretty much just a life you live by, and everything's go, 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 fast, fast, fast. And you just basically get paid big bucks for it. So help people make a profit in their first year. This is for me to help you learn how to make profit in your first year. Basically, it's going to be really simple. You work several days a week, every single day, and you never say no to a job. So you call up a client, or not a client, but a logistics courier company that's already established and working, and you tell them you're available. And they call you, say 2 hours later, and then they say, hey, well, I got a job. And you say, oh, sorry, I'm over at my mom's house doing some gardening. Or, oh, sorry, I got to go hang with the girls because, you know, we're going to go get our nails done and whatnot. You're not going to get money. They won't call you anymore. They don't need you. There's going to be another logistics courier driver out there who's willing to take those jobs and willing to start making money. You're going to have your initial 2 to 3 week break-in period where it's going to seem slow. It's going to seem tough. You know, your checks are going to trickle in, and they're not going to be as not checks, but your settlements will trickle in, and they won't be as big. But I promise you, 2 to 3 weeks is all you'll have to suffer as long as you're saying yes to every job, and it might even go quicker. I mean, there's guys that come in right now with the more work that we've got picked up where I'm going through, and within a week they can start making close towards $2,000 to $3,000 easily, as long as you stay available all the time. Just be ready to get up and go. At nights, they usually got their own night people that cover stuff. People like me love nights, so we pretty much take all the jobs. But during the days, it's just open, fair game. And if you just keep on busting it out, taking care of business for that first however long. I've been working 3 years, and I've been working 7 days a week for 3 years, but I still manage to do every single thing I need to do with my family, and I actually have a lot of time off. My average work day is around 5 to 8 hours, and after that I kind of do some other stuff on the side. But with that 5 to 8 hours I put in, I average about $2,400 every 2 weeks, and that's slow. That's usually, I don't even do a full 8. I'm usually 5 hours and I'm done. But during that 5 hours, it's very chaotic, it's very hectic, there's a lot happening, and there's a lot of chances you can make mistakes. So don't think it's just 5 hours just sitting on your butt, because it's not. You're really got to be moving. Sometimes you'll have 5 to 7 jobs on you at one time, and you have to keep track of all that in your head. You got to know the different protocols, where you're dropping off, what you're dropping off. So in your car or in your van or wherever you got, you're sorting stuff in its positions. You're keeping track of job numbers, you're keeping track of names, you know what you're delivering where. Because by the time that 5 hours is done and you're going, whew, man, that was great. You get a phone call from your contractor saying, hey, you dropped off 3 packages to this place, they were supposed to go to that place, then you dropped off over here and those were supposed to go here. Very, very cautious. And anyway, so it's not an easy 5 hours, it's not an easy 8 hours. It stays kind of chaotic. But then, you know, just keep at it and keep going, and you'll just make lots of money. And that's the end of this video. Thank you.